Do you see, because of the environment we're in, the world we're in, I was thinking it through in terms of struggling over principle and when to waive a principle and when not to, and whether I should, in the case of my daughter wanting to go to this school, and just sign the form whether it's true or not that she lives with me. And it's not true, of course. I see her each day because I run her to school and bring her home, but during term time I don't see much of her during the holidays. But she's not living with me, no way. My actual contact with her each day doesn't total an hour. Five days a week during term times. And so I was arguing it on this sort of basis and thinking, should I, shouldn't I? Uncertainty abounds. And it's because we don't sit quietly with God in the quiet, in the dark perhaps, in the middle of the night or early in the morning. And he says, why do you really want her to stay at the school she's at? Because it's a nice school, Lord. Why are you worried about principle? It's irrelevant. You want her welfare. It's a case of love taking priority, not principle. And it is love that's leading your priority, that she stays at the school she's at. You don't have to consider whether you have to sign a form that's legally correct or not. You're not going to do it because you want her not to go to such a school as the one that she wants. And yes, there will be a cost. She may doubt that Dad loves her, and this may be fanned by her mum. Greatly. It's highly likely, I can tell you. I mean, the abuse I've had in text. Yeah, well, let's not go down that road. So in the quiet, take your problems to God. He solves it very easily. When you relax and have ears to hear. How do I relax? Well, like this morning, I did an hour and 10 minutes of my breathing. You may have just not known what I mean by that. Triangular breathing, a special form of controlling the breath in 3 parts. Breathe into the count of, I do it to 7 at the minute. Hold to the count of 7. Breathe out to the count of 7. Full, wholesome, not stress, not strained, but good breathing. Make sure you've got fresh air in the room. And you won't do that for more than a minute or two to begin with, because it seems so odd to artificially breathe. But it has an extremely, all I can say is beneficial spiritual effect. It's Eastern, although many a Western person has said you should breathe deeply in difficult situations and calm down and all the rest of it, and even meditate and so on. I wouldn't say I was meditating. I'm just focusing on breathing in triangular fashion from one breath to the next. Each breath takes just something around half a minute. So 2 breaths a minute. That's slow. You'll find you naturally take far more than 2 breaths a minute. So it's in effect slowing the breathing down, and it's much deeper and fuller. And that's not the point I'm getting at here. What I am saying is that you need to be clear somehow as to what your true motives are. My true motive was in fact good in this case, not whether I'm meeting the law or not, some self-interest. A self-interest, yes, in that I don't want to lose the relationship with my daughter for her sake or for mine, and that's not so much self-interest. Not narrow self, you understand. Only my greater self that includes her. And in fact, it's not an issue I need to discern which is the best thing to do in such a circumstance. It's not such a circumstance. The circumstance is that I truly think that she would be much more blessed staying where she is, and that's important, majorly important in her life. You know, in Christian terms, you would say that she stays on the straight and narrow way, but there's nothing too straight and narrow about Rudolf Steiner. But it's a school that loves children, truly. Not loving worldly success particularly, although they do extremely well when they go out into the world, but loves them and cares for them and puts that first and is creative and kind, and the kids are pretty kind to each other. It's a fairyland, yes, I agree. But as I say, it's probably right until she does break out, and it's a bit early to break out at the age of 12 in our culture and take the hard knocks. I don't mean that she couldn't, and she might well survive, but I don't want it yet. I don't think it's best yet, so I'm not signing that form. So I come to a conclusion with God in the quiet, not battling with the world as to how can I justify this, not signing the form on some grounds of, why are you putting principle before your child's welfare? I'm not. I'm putting her true welfare before anything else in this particular instance, not academic success. I know academic success is extremely dodgy. I'm an academic, for goodness sake. Lecturer and all the rest of it. Economist. Yeah, for what it's worth. Well, historically, I'm an economist anyway. I don't know how much I could call myself that now. I suppose I still think that way. Well, not too much so. Most of them are extremely secular, as you might imagine, like mathematicians. I was very much the exception to the rule, but then I was always the exception to the rule. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. How would I have met you otherwise than by being the exception to the rule? Not the exception to your rule. All come. My God loves all. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.